Oh, welcome back to my channel. All right, this is more 20 questions. Well, it's more than 20 questions. It's like this whole ginormous list of questions. It's really easy to find. Just Google 20 questions and then it'll pop up in the Google and it'll say questions to ask when you're dating. But that's not what I'm using them for. I'm still working on my coat art. I got a hair in my coffee. That's disgusting. I swear, a shed. A shed. My cat's shed. My dog's shed. There's hair everywhere in my life. Hair on my diamond paintings. The other day I pulled like this 5-inch long piece of hair off from one of my diamond paintings. I'm like, ew. How did that get there? I know it's for me. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, anyway, here we go. So where we left off was, what's the most annoying habits of others? So, are you ready? I hate liars. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate, I hate know-it-alls. Not people who genuinely, dang it. Not people who genuinely know what they're talking about, like experts in their field, or people who, I gotta move that because otherwise I keep leaning on it. I'm not talking about people who, are like experts in their field and, they're talking about things like that they know about. I'm talking about know-it-all people that always have to one-up you. I hate, oh my God. Really? I dislike rude people. I dislike salespeople on the phone. Call me up on my phone and want to sell me stuff. I'm mainly rude people. I cannot, or stupid rude people. And I get a lot of them in the waitressing industry. I should do like a thing about people that come into the restaurant that are just freaking annoying. I should make a list of, because I've done this since I was 15. My first job was at a Greek restaurant, and now I'm 50 and I'm still a waitress. Yes, I'm still a waitress. And I've had some annoying, dumb people in my life that I just really... You did not tip me enough to put up with your malarkey is what I'm trying to get at. I dislike rude people. Just people that are just flat out rude. I don't like people who their kids are rotten and they're like, sit down, Jimmy. Sit down. Be nice. Be nice. You know, with children, you need a firm hand. I'm sorry. You know, you want to train your dog, but let your kid run loose on society and act like a crazy person? Really? What else? Not that I'm equating your small child to a dog, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about? People are all like into training their dogs, yet they let their kids, you know, do whatever they want. Oh, here's a perfect example. Here's an example of rude people not paying attention with their children and waiting tables. All right, you realize that unless you're in a Subway, I'm carrying hot food, and even in a Subway, someone could be drinking coffee, right? But anyway, I'm in a restaurant. I'm carrying hot coffee, hot food. People like hot food. People would like me to get to their table as fast as they can and their food still be hot. I mean, that's kind of the point. And I had this family who had, I don't know if he was 3, 4, 5, I don't know how old he was, but he was in that age range. And he was literally running the length of the restaurant. And it was busy. It wasn't like it was, a slow Tuesday afternoon. It was a busy Sunday morning. And I work in a predominantly breakfast place. Let's just put it that way. If you really want to know where I work, I'll tell you. It's not a big secret, but we'll just leave it at that. And their kid was running the length of the restaurant. Now, if he had ran into me and I'd spilled hot coffee on him and burned the crap out of that kid, or hot food, or whatever it happened to be in my hand, guess who's going to get sued? I'm just saying. If you were that ignorant that you're going to let your kid run through the restaurant, and then he ran back to the table, and his mom's like, "Don't do that. Don't do that. Sit down, sit down." And he took off again. I'm just, ugh. Oh my God. My husband made me watch this thing on the news one time. He's like, "Come here and watch this." I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "This is what's wrong with society." So these people had gone to an art museum. I don't know where it was at. This is all I remember of the story. They had taken their kid with them, and they were not paying attention to him. And the kid, it was like I want to say it was a sculpture, like a fine art sculpture, something that someone had done, and it was worth, I don't know, $250,000. Whatever it was, and it was sitting in this museum. So these people were there, and they had their small child. Well, their small child, I don't know if he was climbing on it or he shoved it over, whatever, but it broke. It smashed, and it's ruined. He ruined a piece of fine art in a museum, and the people were like, "Well, you should have put, like ropes around it or something." I'm like, "Are you joking me? Are you kidding me?" I stopped taking my kids to the grocery store because they couldn't keep their hands off the food on the shelf. And you're going to let your kid run around a fine art gallery and smash pieces of artwork? Anyway, this is what happened. The people that ran the gallery sued the family and said that they were negligible. It was their fault that their kid had broken this and that they had to pay for it. And they're like, "No, we're not gonna pay for it." Well, the court said, "Guess what? You are gonna pay for it because you need to keep a handle on your kid." And that is the end of that story. So I applauded the court that they actually did that, because I know at the restaurant, if I spilled something on it, I would be on somebody's kid. First of all, I would feel terrible because, you don't want to hurt anybody. But it would have been my fault, even though you can't keep your 3-year-old under control. If your 3-year-old or 4-year-old or 6-year-old, or I don't care how old he is, cannot sit down and behave himself in public, then you don't need to bring him out, okay? A restaurant is not a playground. Your kid wants to run around, take him to McDonald's, park or whatever, Happy Land, or whatever they call those spots at the restaurant, and let them play and run around and do whatever. But do not take them to an adult establishment and expect us to put up with your kid. I mean, really? Speaking of rotten children, I was watching, what's her name? I'll think of it in a minute. Anyway, she, was saying, her friend Kelly was flying back from Mississippi, and that this kid was just being an obnoxious brat on the plane. And his parents were like, "Don't do that, don't do that." I'm like, you are not doing your kid any favor by letting him by teaching him that it's okay to be obnoxious. Because eventually that kid is going to have to get a job, unless you're exceptionally wealthy, and someone's going to smack him down. So do you want him to learn at home what's the way to act properly, or you want to wait till he gets to school or the workplace? Because let me tell you, a workplace is not going to put up with obnoxious behavior. They might once or twice, and then after that you're fired, then you have no job. So you want your kid to learn with a loving hand from you, or you want him to learn it the hard way? That's all I'm saying. Okay. Now they got that off my chest. We're like 10 minutes in. I only answered one question. Are you early or late? I'd like to say that I'm early, but it'd be a lie. I think I'm not late, but I'm not early. I'm somewhere in the middle. If I have a doctor's appointment, I'm usually like 5-10 minutes early. So as far as work goes, no. They get enough of my time. I show up when they want me to be there. So if I'm scheduled at 6, I show up at 6. So I know some people, it's a sacrilege. They pride themselves on being early wherever they are. Not me. At 6 o'clock in the morning, quite frankly, my attitude is, you're lucky I showed up. Oh, I'm terrible, I know. I know. I don't know. I think it's menopause. Makes me cranky. What's next? If people come to help for you, what's it usually for? Well, it depends. If I'm at work, a lot of the new people will come to me because they can't find certain things in the computer quick enough, like substitutions. Let's say you ordered a burger and you say, I don't want lettuce, tomato, or onion. Where I work, I have to put that in every single one. No lettuce, no tomato, no onion. So the screens are usually huge. Different pages on the screens that you have to scroll through to get to find different stuff, and usually it's in alphabetical order, and I'm pretty good at it because I've been there quite some time, so I know where it's at, what page to scroll through to get to it. New people, they're like, I can't find this, I can't find it. It's usually right in front of your face. But if you breathe, you'll find it better instead of freaking out. But it's basically a memorization thing. Otherwise, one time I had a girl ask me to show her what diamond painting looked like. That was on my other channel. Yeah, that's about it. I feel like I've dabbled in a little bit of this and a little bit of that, so I know a few things about stuff. I try not to put myself out there as an expert because I'm not. You want to know something about, X, Y, or Z, I'll give you my opinion, but as far as crafting goes, I think crafting is, it is what it is. There's no rules. I mean, people try and put rules down on stuff all the time. You must do it this way. You must do it that way. I know. You don't have to do it that way or this way, or it should be relaxing and fun. And as I said before, there's no diamond painting cops. If there is, I haven't met them. Which is interesting because what would they wear, like glittery outfits? There's no crochet cops. There's no cross-stitch cops. There's no beating cops. There's no, yeah, there's no police. You're not going to go to jail because, you know, you decided to do one color all over the painting and then do another color. The Stitcherista is not going to go to jail because she doesn't want to keep her leftover drills. She throws them in the garbage. That's just the way it is. It's called crafting. So much of your life is regulated. Revel in it, people. Revel in it. Roll around, get all warm and gooey, and be happy. I know. It's a little too much freedom for some people, but that's what this is about. It's about relaxing, breathing, and not thinking about the rules. As far as listening to what other people say, you can take their opinion if it makes your life better or whatever. I watch all sorts of different people, and they give all sorts of advice, and I'm like, huh, that's interesting. Huh, never thought of that before. Huh, I might incorporate that in my life, but otherwise, there's no rules. Sorry. And people are anal retentive, and they need rules in their life. Okay, I don't. I do this for my own enjoyment. Somebody asked the other day, I was on a live, and they asked, what do you girls do with all your diamond paintings when you're done? The answer to that is basically nothing. I think I've framed one picture. Two pictures. I feel about diamond painting like I feel about jigsaw puzzles a lot. I enjoy the process. We're talking about moving, and in my next craft room, I may reorganize it and hang up some of my fairy paintings because I love fairies all over the room, or I may not. I don't think you have to do, you know, everybody's like, okay, now what? Now what do I do? What do I do? Nothing. This is basically my therapy. So, yeah. I don't know. You want to frame every single diamond painting you do? Or give them away as gifts? Okay. That's fine. Or make a portfolio or whatever. To me, it's like like I said, like a jigsaw puzzle. It's relaxing. I enjoy doing it. And then when I'm done, I'm like, wow, that looks cool. I did that. Next. Sorry. That's just how I feel. I have the wall space to hang up quite a few of them if I wanted to. I just don't. Now my Texans that I did for my husband, that diamond painting, I do want to find a frame for that and frame that up. But the other ones, if I frame them, I frame them. If not, I'm not worried about it. It's not a pressing issue. Occasionally when I'm in the store, I look at frames and go like, yeah, no, I don't know. You want framing ideas, don't come to me. Can't help you. Sorry. I don't have any framing ideas. But what I do need to do is find my box because I'm done with 823. I got a couple little chunky chunks of stuff that need to be thrown in the garbage. You know what's annoying too is people show me their trash. Is it just me? I mean, if there's an exorbitant amount of trash from a diamond painting, you can tell me. It had a lot of trash. It's a crappy company. Don't buy from them. Okay. But for you to save your trash and show it to me, that's okay. I don't need an example. I know what crappy drills look like. Just tell me. They were crap. Just saying. Ooh. See, that's the only problem with these Harbor Freight things is I get drills stuck up. I get drills stuck up in this area. So then when I go to open it, they spill all over the place. So now I got a bunch of them in my lap. That's no big deal. Just pick them up. I'll pick them up in a minute. I get one under there. You know what's amazing when you drop these things, where they go? Yeah, I've had them stuck to my thigh. My husband has them stuck to his derriere, of which he was not very happy with. And he's like, Lisa, I don't mind you diamond painting in bed, but can you keep the beads out of the sheets? Sorry. Sorry, honey. I'll try. Love you. Yeah. All right, let's do one more question. Something you wish you knew more about. Everything. I have an innate curiosity about the world. I would like, I like nothing better than to watch the History Channel or, I don't know, this is going to sound really geeky, but I love like PBS and stuff, where people talk about their lives or how they did X, Y, and Z, or how they built this or that. Even if the concept or the math or the science goes over my head, it's still interesting to me. I wish I knew how to speak foreign languages. I wish I was not so dumb in high school and, you know, just kind of treated it like a joke, because now that I live in South Texas, and when I lived in Tucson, it would have been really good to be bilingual. Now I'm like, I struggle really hard trying to speak to my customers. We're really close to the border here in San Antonio, so we get a lot of people that come up from Mexico, and or they are recently immigrated, so their English skills aren't that great. And it would have been fantastic for me to be able to speak to them in their own language. I found a problem with this canvas. I guess it's not a problem. This may be my first irritation with this canvas. Otherwise, it's fabulous. What time are we at? This right here, can you see? This right here. The capital B is 310, which is black. Obviously, it's black. But it's a little blurry, so I thought for a minute it was capital D, like dog, instead of B like boy. And I'm looking on the key, and I don't see a capital D, which is good, because then I can assume that it's a B. So, yeah, it's my first and only problem that I've had so far. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it right here. And I hope y'all are having a fantastic day and enjoying yourself and being kind to one another, because that's important. And not letting your children run around in public spaces. I'm just kidding. You can let your kids run around in public spaces. Just know that if they knock over an art installation, you're going to pay $500,000 to fix it. And if a waitress spills hot coffee on it, it's your fault, not hers. All right. I just shut off my light pad, so even my diamond painting's like, all right, that's enough, Lisa. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.